My name is Priya. I am 25 years old. I live in New York City. I work as a doctor at a big hospital. I have a good life. I have a nice apartment, good friends, and a career I love. But I didn't get here easily. I got here because of my mother. My mother sacrificed everything for me. My mother's name is Sunita. She is from a small village in India. She grew up in a poor family. She had no money. She had no education. She got married when she was only 18 years old. My father was a factory worker. We lived in a small house with no running water. Life was hard. I was born when my mother was 20. She looked at me and cried. She promised herself that I would have a better life. She promised that I would get an education. She promised that I would be free. My father was not a kind man. He drank too much. He spent all his money on alcohol. He would come home angry and yell at my mother. Sometimes he would hit her. My mother never fought back. She just protected me. She would hold me close and whisper that everything would be okay. When I was 5 years old, my father left. He just disappeared one day. We never saw him again. My mother was alone. She had no money. She had no job. She had no family to help her. But she had me, and that was enough. My mother started working. She worked as a maid in rich people's houses. She would wake up at 4 a.m. every day. She would clean and cook and wash clothes. She would come home late at night, exhausted and tired. But she never complained. She always smiled at me. I remember one night. I was 7 years old. I woke up at midnight and saw my mother crying. She was sitting on the floor, holding a photo of my father. She was crying silently, so she wouldn't wake me. I walked to her and hugged her. She hugged me back and said, "Don't worry, my child. I will never let you cry like this. I will make sure you have a better life." When I was 10, my mother made a big decision. She decided to send me to a good school. It was expensive. We couldn't afford it. But she found a way. She took extra jobs. She worked 7 days a week. She never rested. She didn't buy new clothes. She didn't eat good food. All her money went to my school fees. I studied hard. I wanted to make my mother proud. Every night, I would sit at a small table and study while my mother cooked dinner. She would look at me and smile. Sometimes I would see tears in her eyes. Happy tears. In school, the other children were rich. They wore expensive clothes. They had new books. They had computers. I had nothing. My uniform was old. My books were secondhand. I felt embarrassed. I didn't want to go to school. I told my mother I wanted to quit. My mother sat me down. She looked into my eyes. She said, "Priya, listen to me. Money is not important. What is important is your education. What is important is your future. You are not less than anyone. You are smart. You are capable. You can achieve anything, but only if you try." Her words changed me. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I started studying harder. I got good grades. My teachers were proud of me. My mother was the proudest. When I was 15, my mother got sick. She had been working too hard. She had not taken care of herself. The doctors said she needed rest, but my mother refused. She said she couldn't rest. She had to work. She had to support me. She had to pay for my education. Even when she was in pain, she went to work. She never took a break. I told her to stop working. I said I would find a job. I said I would leave school and work. My mother looked at me with anger in her eyes. She said, "Priya, if you leave school, all my sacrifices will be for nothing. Everything I have done will be meaningless. You must continue your studies. That is not just for you. It is for me too." It is my dream to see you succeed. So I continued. I studied even harder. I got a scholarship for college. It was not enough to pay everything, but it helped. My mother was so proud. She told everyone in our village about her daughter. She said, "My Priya is going to be a doctor. My Priya is going to help people. My Priya is going to change the world." College was hard. I had to balance my studies with part-time jobs. But my mother still supported me. She would send me money every month. It wasn't much, but she gave everything she had. Sometimes she didn't eat, so I could eat. Sometimes she walked instead of taking the bus so she could save money for me. One day, I came home to visit. I was 20 years old. I saw my mother's hands. They were rough. They were cracked. They were full of cuts and scars. I held her hands and cried. I said, "Mom, your hands, what happened to them?" She laughed and said, "These hands have worked hard. These hands have cleaned and cooked. These hands have made your future possible. Don't cry for my hands. Be proud of them. They made you who you are." When I was 22, I got into medical school. It was the happiest day of my mother's life. She cried. I cried. Everyone in our village celebrated. My mother said, "My dream is coming true. My daughter is going to be a doctor." Medical school was even harder. I studied day and night. I didn't have time for anything else. I couldn't visit my mother often, but she called me every day. She asked me if I had eaten. She asked me if I was studying hard. She told me she was praying for me. 3 years later, I graduated. I became a doctor. I stood on the stage and accepted my degree. I looked into the audience. My mother was there. She had traveled to New York for the first time. She was crying, but she was smiling. She was so proud. After the ceremony, I ran to her. I hugged her. I said, "Mommy, I did it. I'm a doctor. Your daughter is a doctor." She held my face in her hands and said, "I knew you could do it. I never doubted you, not for 1 second." Now I work at a big hospital. I am a successful doctor. I make good money. I send money to my mother every month. I bought her a new house. I told her to stop working. I told her to rest now. I told her I would take care of her. My mother still works sometimes. She says she likes being busy, but now she works because she wants to, not because she has to. She tells them about the importance of education. She tells them, "Never give up on your dreams. Your children are your future. Invest in them. Believe in them." Sometimes I look at my mother. I see her tired eyes. I see her worn hands. I see all the years of sacrifice. I feel sad for all the pain she endured, but I also feel grateful. Without her, I would not be here. Without her, I would not be a doctor. Without her, I would not be free. My mother sacrificed everything for me. She gave up her youth. She gave up her comfort. She gave up her health. She gave up everything so I could have a better life. She is the strongest person I know. Now, I am married. I have a daughter of my own. Her name is Anaya. I look at her and I promise myself the same thing my mother promised me. I will give her a better life. I will support her. I will believe in her. I will sacrifice for her, because that is what mothers do. My mother taught me the most important lesson. She taught me that love is not about words. Love is about action. Love is about sacrifice. Love is about putting someone else before yourself. I will never forget what my mother did for me. I will tell my daughter about her grandmother. I will tell her about the woman who worked day and night. The woman who never complained. The woman who never gave up. The woman who believed in her daughter's dreams. My mother is my hero. She is my inspiration. She is the reason I am who I am today.